Hi, my Aries and Aries rising friends. Sandra from ForYourChi.com. We're here today to do your monthly first 6 houses, 1 through 6, for March of 2022. Thank you so much for being here with me. All right. What is happening here? What is ending for you, Aries, at the beginning of March? What is ending, or who is leaving your life? There is definitely some sort of end that is present here. The advice card is Imanya, that talks about golden opportunities. It's important for you to walk through these doors right now. Where there is an ending, it's a new beginning somewhere else. So it's important to stay focused on that, and whatever has ended, although it could be sad, everything is in divine order. It was meant to end at this time. And the outcome is not up to you. It's up to the divine. And they're handing you this opportunity right now as a blessing that comes out of this. Okay? For better or worse. But you have to go in this new direction. It's like the old ways, you cannot continue to go the old ways because they just took it away. Okay? I mean, there's good news in the money house, even if you don't think there's good news in money for you at the beginning of March, because there's information coming. And it's coming from your third eye. It's coming from your own intuition. You're having daydreams about things that you need to do to make money, to make more money, to change what you're doing, to change up your money. But not only do we have this, we pulled the big guns, Mother Mary. Mother Mary says, expect a miracle. You could actually have a vision, some of you, of an angel that appears before you and gives you some sort of advice. And for heaven's sake, if that happens to you, please listen to the advice, okay? But for many of you, this is going to come in a not so an elaborate display of a daydream, if you will. You will start to see mental pictures in your mind's eye of what to do. People to contact, where to go. You could actually get names of like financial institutions or brokers that you need to reach out and ask questions. Could be something like that. Could be getting into crypto. Whatever information you're getting, you have to trust that in March because it is coming straight from the source, okay? Now, you have a brother or sister who is feeling a financial pinch in March. You may or may not get word of it, or perhaps you'll hear about it eventually down the line. Or maybe they'll call you right up and ask you for a loan, Aries, okay? They also have too much on their plate right now. They're trying to do everything themselves, and they are burning the candle at both ends, and it is time for them to ask for help and delegate. All right? Now, what is going on in your house of home? I pulled these cards and I thought, wow, I've never given this message out before in a 12-house spread reading, not one-on-one, not like this, not with cards, in my own intuition, sure, but never with cards. However, it's so ironic that I just gave this message out in the weekly reading, which is not the 12 house. The weekly is the timeline spread that I do. I just gave it out this past week, the week of February 21st. The sacral chakra says there is a desire with regard to where you're living. You want something to change in a bad way. Not to a bad way, but you want it desperately, is what I'm trying to get at. You pulled White Terrace Sensitivity. What this tells me is you have an environmental allergen in your home that needs to be fixed. Now, this could be anything. This could be mold. This could be that you're allergic to dust. If your allergies are really flared up in March, you have got to get to the bottom of it. Now, what I said in the weekly reading was go get your allergies released in allergy release technique or something like that, as long as you can find a practitioner. Look for functional medicine doctors, call them up, ask them, do they release allergies? It doesn't really matter as long as they're reputable. Also, some chiropractors do this, but you can release all the allergies if you want, but if there's something going on in your home that needs to be fixed, repaired, or if this is a cleaning product that you need to change up, get to the bottom of that and fix that as soon as possible. That is a very weird message to come out in a 12-house reading, but there's a reason for it right now. It appears that people are becoming more and more sensitive to the environment that we live in for various reasons, which I won't get into right now because we don't have time for all that. Okay, 6th house. But if you want more information, reach out to me and I'll chat with you. 5th house, your fun, your social circle. For those of you single Aries, this is your dating world. The Moon card. So this card talks about being an introvert and inner reflection, digging deep in your own soul and your own life about the way that your personality is, not really going out and having a lot of fun. But that appears to be how you're feeling. What needs to happen is a change here because Freya talks about being bold. Now, this card also came out, ironically, in the card, not the message, in the weekly reading that talked about inserting yourself in new places. Trying a new nightclub, trying a new restaurant, trying something new for fun. Whatever it is that you want to do, something that you've never done before. Meeting new people, especially meeting new people. That is what's going to cure this. And there could be even a little bit of depression in here, right? And we're in the seasonal depression stage in the year anyway, in February. Okay, now we're in the 6th house. This is the last house before we go to the extended reading, by the way. Extended reading link below, houses 7 through 12. 6th house, emotional withdrawal. You may need some time out, R&R, relaxation. Perhaps you've been working too hard. You need a long weekend vacation or staycation or trip to a body of water. And what's going to come as a result of that, we have Ixnal, which talks about medicine woman. This is also in your house of health. This is no accident that this card was pulled in your house of health. Some of you may actually need to go seek out energy healers. Don't get just anyone off the internet. You've got to get someone with a recommendation, a good recommendations. If you don't know who to go, reach out to me foryourchi@gmail.com and I will give you my list of providers that I approve. Now, we're going to go to your extended reading, but before we do, I'm going to look at the tarot cards that came up for you in your 7th house. And it's so weird. I don't know why we're pulling. This is the second sign that I've pulled all major arcana cards. It's strange. That's never happened before, let alone twice in a row. You pulled the Hermit, which is a Virgo, around you in relationships. You pulled Justice, which is a Libra. And the Sun, which is a Leo. So those are all possibilities. So the extended reading is going to be the 7th house, your relationship. We're going to look at that in depth, and that is going to be very exciting. For those of you that have had boring relationships or boring singles, you're going to want to hear this. We're going to look at your 8th house, which rules taxes, contracts, legal matters, intimacy, and the source of your significant other's income. For those of you that have that, we're going to look at your 9th house, which is your travel and your school. We're going to look at your 10th house, which is your career and your mother. We're going to look at your 11th house, which is your children or your best friend. We're going to look at the 12th house, which is your future, which shows up in June. Many blessings to all of you. I'll see you in the extended if it calls to you. If not, I'll see you next month or whenever. Take care.